All right, everyone. Welcome. It is the middle of the night. I think it's Saturday night or Sunday morning for me. Anyway, I have basically filled up almost all my sketchbooks. The only non-travel sketchbook I have left is like right near the end, so I just grabbed a bunch of printer paper and that's what we're gonna use. Having like I helped my parents move some furniture today and it really messed up my old ass back. So I have like a lidocaine patch on my back and uh I like hopped up on a bunch of like painkillers right now. So Yo, what's going on? Yeah, we're just taking it easy tonight. Been doing commission work, anime commission work for like all summer, and now that I'm finally close to catching up, not fully caught up, I've been having the urge to just kind of like stop all the fan art and stuff for a little bit. So appreciate everybody for hanging out. We're just gonna goof off tonight. I've almost completely filled up all my sketchbooks, so I just grabbed some printer paper. We're just gonna goof off here. Yeah. What are you up to this weekend? You keeping busy? All right, went to a show. You went to a show for a local band here for their album release. That's hella cool. That's super cool. So you just get back from that? Yeah. Most of the local music where I am at is a lot of hip hop. Just subject matter wise, it's just not what I'm really into these days. So I'm actually supposed to be. I'm supposed to be in New York right now for Anime NYC, but due to a series of canceled flights that didn't happen. Um, and I'm also supposed to be in Denver next weekend for Nandesukan. I was having an artist alley table there, but through some events, it looks like I'm not going to that either. So I'm just like shit. And then I did last weekend. I was supposed to be in San Jose for GalaxyCon, and due to some family stuff, I couldn't go to that. So this is gonna be like three back to back to back shows. You know, the San Jose one, the GalaxyCon. I chose to dip out of that one. I chose to dip out of the GalaxyCon show because I had this gut feeling that the show wasn't gonna be great. Which spoilers, it actually turned out that I dodged a bullet with that show because it was really bad from what I've heard from all my friends. Um, so that was my choice to skip that one, and then the NYC, definitely not my decision to skip that one. But you know, it is what it is. It's one of the reasons I don't like using conventions as like my. I do use them as my main source of income, but it's like I don't like it because what if shit like that happens, you know? That that happens to me. I know people that's happened to. Eventually, it's gonna happen to me. You fly enough times, you're gonna crash on an island, right? And then the next weekend, the Colorado show. I have to dip out of that one for other reasons. Yeah. So, and then the weekend after that, I have an artist table at Rose City Comic Con in Portland. That one looks like it's still good to go, but I mean, we'll see. Yeah. Exo, what you up to? Oh, Exo, I went to go look at that house today. That shit is fire. That shit's mad good. So I don't know, man. So I 100 I highly doubt anything's gonna happen with it, but I got the I got all the information and stuff, so I'm gonna follow up on that. No, 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 don't get all excited. You know, like it's in California, and I'm trying to get out of California. So, but like my mom found this house, and she asked me to go look at it. So I was like, all right, cool, I'll go look at it. And yeah. So anyway, earlier I said I was gonna go look, but I did go. I'm not gonna lie though, it's pretty sweet. I'm well aware of what the mortgage rates are. That's why I said nothing's gonna. I don't think anything's gonna come of it, but it's always fun to to go check out places, right? Filipino Filipino Miku. So is that what that trend triggered? Just a bunch of alternate uh like alternate universe Miku designs. Is it still like hot? Is it still like trending on social? Everyone's making a Miku for the nationality. Oh, speaking of nationality, there is how do you spell it? Um, I think it's spelled like that in San Francisco. It's like a big old Filipino block party. But like they have, they have like it's Filipino focus. My buddy sent that to me, and they have like Filipino food vendors and artists and it's just like a big old block party with Filipinos. And apparently they pulled like 15,000 people for like a 1 day event last year, and it's been around for like 8 years or something like that. Um, anyway, it's something. I think it's something like that. That's how it's spelled. Yeah. Anyway, it's in San Francisco, so it's hella far from you. But like, I want to forward that to you in case you're interested in that. Because I only know about it because my boy hit me up with it, so I'll pass it on to you. I applied just because, like, he's my boy, he's cool, but like, man, he most of his stacks, most of his sales come from the fact that you know how Filipinos, you know, they like to help each other out. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, he's my people. I'm gonna buy shit from you. So I'm just like, yeah, if I can dip into that kind of market. Yeah, put on a little Jolly Bee on there. Put a flag. You don't even need the whole ass flag. Just put the sun, and then fucking instant sales. I remember my buddy. He tried that out. I think it was New York Comic Con we were at, or it might have been anime. No, we were at New York Comic Con, and that was his first time trying it out. He was just like, "Check this out, check this. I'm gonna make." He was just like, "I'm just gonna focus on hitting the Filipino community here, dude." And then he's been doing that ever since. And it's just like, you know, it's almost like they're obligated to buy shit. It's hella funny, but it works. So anyway, you go ahead and look into that festival if you want. I think it's in October. I think it's in October, which is kind of short notice, but no PTO for that. You travel out the following month, so that's your wedding anniversary. Damn, has been a year already. That's crazy. Makes me think I should be accomplishing something within that year. I laugh to mask my pain. Nah. Oh wait, that's right. 2 years. What the? All right, I'm being a bad kid. I got myself a diet pop right now to keep my ass awake. You know, I've been with my girl for 9 years now. We got married in 2019. I proposed to her at a Seven Lions concert. We were lit as fuck, so she didn't think I was being serious. Yo, thank you for the I think we got a follow right now. Whatever that was, I appreciate it. Yeah, 9 years. That's crazy, dude. Well, it was like rocky for the first couple of years, but 9 is 9, right? So, am I? Hell, oh, you mean was she surprised when I proposed, or am I surprised that I've been able to make something last for 9 years? that you proposed. She Man, she didn't even take it seriously at all. Because when I said we were lit, we were like lit, right? But I mean, I had been thinking about it for a while prior to that. So then it wasn't until like the day after the concert, we were driving home, and I just had to straight up say, like I meant that. Like I wasn't like I was like super lit, but like I meant it. Like and she was like, "Oh, okay." It's pretty anticlimactic. Like it's well, I fucked up. What am I trying to draw here? That's the problem. I'm trying to draw shit. Yeah, these days I find my my visual library has gotten quite stale. I haven't really observed any new things. I haven't learned anything new because I've been just doing conventions and fan art and shit, you know, the past like 8 weeks. No, longer than that. Just like straight, you know. So I find my visual library has stagnated. My imagination has gotten really, really fucking bland. Technical, my technical level is still good. Because I'm still doing like my generic warm ups, my normal gesture work every day, and the boring stuff. I still do that. But boy, you talking about trying to be creative? Yeah, getting having these last set of conventions not really work out is kind of a blessing in disguise. Man, the universe got has my back like all the time. Like it's just like, all right, you did well at conventions this summer. Guess what? It's time for you to calm the fuck down and get back to work. Like get back to your real work. So what I'm gonna do? This is the universe talking. He's like, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fuck up all your flights till you stay home and start streaming again. Like that's what's gonna take. Yeah, for real. The universe was like, hey, I thought we went over this. I shut down the whole planet and released like a deadly disease on humanity to get your ass to stay home. And this is what you do? You go back? He's like, don't make me do it again. Hey, what's going on? Were you at Galaxy? Yeah. Oh, you were. Okay. And how'd that go? I was supposed to go to Galaxy, but a series of events, I ended up having to do family stuff. Um, but I actually wasn't that excited for that show anyway. Because in my mind, I was just like, yeah, I got New York next week. It was I. So I've heard. I heard from my friend. I heard from people that it was like mid to bad. Yeah, brain's not firing right. That's your last mainland con for the year, but you have other cons this year. GalaxyCon. Did you see the prices for next year? The re-up prices? It's like it's more expensive than Fanime. It's crazy, dude. That's one thing I got. Like, that's one thing I don't like about comic book conventions. They charge crazy. Comic book conventions charge crazy. It's because they have to cover the costs of booking like those crazy celebrities. That's why. 505. Oh, that's crazy. One of the reasons I'm not gonna do Nandesukan next weekend, NDK in Colorado, is because my flight out there, my flight is like $1,000. Like the flight is 1,000, the table was 400, and then lodging and food, and then like I mean, it's a mid show, but my investment on it would be over like $2,000, and I'm just like, dude, it's gonna eat up like 5 days of my life, and I'm gonna go profit. Well, I'll profit like maybe two or three, right? If everything goes to plan. But then they stuck me in the back of the room, and I'm facing they stuck me in the back of the room, and I'm facing towards the back instead of facing because they don't have the tables like side. Like if the entrance is here, they don't have the tables facing sideways. Entrance is here, they have tables front, back, front, back, like that. So I'm facing this way towards the back, and I'm located near the rear of the room, and I'm next to a pillar. And I was just like, you know what, man, I'm good. I'm good. I'm too. I've been doing this too long. I'm too old for this shit. Like, I'm too old for it. I'm gonna send them an email. I'm gonna have to respectfully cancel my table. Why? I'm too old for this shit. But my flight out there is expensive because where I'm flying from. I fly out of Fresno, FAT. It's an international airport, but it's a smaller airport, and there's always a connecting flight, even to something like Colorado. So the prices on my stuff is always, flying into Colorado is hella expensive. One of the reasons I've never gone to a concert at Red Rocks is because flying out to Denver is so fucking expensive. I don't know why. It's not far. I don't know. There's something about flying into DEN that's just hella expensive. But I don't remember it ever being $1,000 expensive. Anyway, yeah. So NDK is probably off the schedule. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. It's one of the many things I'm contemplating tonight. So I'm just randomly venting to y'all. I heard they didn't fill up all the tables at GalaxyCon. I heard they were selling tables at different prices for Galaxy so they could try to fill it up. Well, what do you expect? It's their first year, and they were charging. And again, I'm part of the problem because I did pay for my table. That 400 whatever the fuck they asked for it, right? I'm part of the problem because I paid that. I can't draw for shit tonight, man. I'm hella. I have lost my ability to draw. I'm just tired of drawing like realistic people. I'm tired of doing it. It's so boring. But I don't have enough mileage drawing stylized people anymore. My shit sucks now. So, uh, I mean, unless you ate like $1,000 worth of takoyaki, like I don't know, man. Yeah, well, I mean, GalaxyCon, they have a lot of shows on the East Coast. Actually, they have quite a few shows kind of everywhere. You know what it is? It's like what was it called? What was that Wizard Con? It's like Fan Expo. You know how Fan Expo has like 20, like I don't even think it's hyperbole to say almost 20 shows, 10 to 20, something like that, spread out everywhere. It's like that. That's GalaxyCon. Oh, what about Anime Impulse Phoenix? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've done Anime Impulse Southern California during the first couple of years it existed. I'm actually genuinely surprised Impulse is still around, and even more surprised that it's expanded both to the Northern California Bay Area and to Phoenix. Like, do y'all not talk to other artists about Anime Impulse? There is no Impulse that is fire. All impulses suck. Oh, you flew into the mainland for Impulse Southern California, right? At some point. At some point you did, if I remember right. I've done Impulse twice. Once during what I believe was their first year, 2017. And then I tried it again like a year later, and I was just like, I don't this show is only like a 3 hour drive for me. I'd never do it again. And that was during my crazy times when I was doing everything. I can't be bothered to do a local Fresno show. I live here. If I don't think it's worth, I won't do it. Like my buddy runs a convention here locally. It'd be like a 20-minute drive for me, and it'd be helping out my buddy, and I'm still just like, nah, I'm good. I mean, that would be like you doing that ooh con, right? Nothing against that show because my buddies run that show, but like, there's a reason why they asked me to go, and I said I'm straight, I'm good. Just stick to big shows. Like there was a time when doing a bunch of shows was interesting because it was like a really good way. Like back when I was doing them all the fucking time, we're talking 2017, 2018, I was just doing every show all the time. Landscape was different. Social media isn't what it is now, and there wasn't like a hardcore formula to conventions. So going out there and just doing weird shit, trying new things, paid off. But now there's such a formula to the cons that if you're not doing it exactly that way, you know, it's not gonna work. It's not worth it. So man, it's just Exo, you got other shit going on. Exo, you got other shit going on. I can't draw, man. I can't draw for shit these days. Or at least tonight. I can only draw like realistic things now. Something about like something about I've done so much like I've done so much like studying. I've studied like the creativity out of my artwork, and I'll draw some realistic shit, zero style reality based shit. But you try to get me to draw some fun stuff, I can't do it. I'd rather just sit here and struggle to sketch in front of all of you than go out to these cons. I I I'll rather sit here and do like 5 24 hour streams in a row than fucking go out to another con, man. Fucking I got inventory to move. My stream is looking really laggy to me, which is crazy. I'm also testing out some new settings, so my bad if the stream's a little choppy for you. That's all me. I fucked it up. So I hurt my back today. I helped my parents move some stuff, and I had this big old. It's like an icy hot patch on my back, but it's like a super strong one that has lidocaine in it, so it could numb the pain. And I think it's starting to wear off. It's hard to get into big shows. Yep. Ah, well, I'm glad it looks fine. Thank you. Um, I'm just very particular about my streams these days. It's one of the reasons I upgraded my computer. One of the reasons, not the main reason. Basically, almost rebuilt it. Other, I think I changed every. At this point, I've changed everything except the motherboard from this build. Like, this is a COVID computer. I built it during the Great Scare, and I think since then, due to all the projects we've worked on and streaming and all that, I've changed everything except for I think the boot drive and the motherboard. Everything else has been swapped out. Yeah. Anyway, oh my god. Oh. Anyway, what other than that Filipino Miku, what are you working on? What is everybody like? All right, so what does the rest of the year look like for everybody in regards to like your art, either like art projects you have going on, or do you have any cons scheduled, or you got like commission work? Um, because now that I'm losing those three back to back to back cons, which is a huge amount of money. I have Rose City Comic Con. I have a little 1 day con here in California in Lodi. Um, I have Snafu Con, which is in Reno in November, and then I have Anime Expo Chibi. Oh, I got a bunch of baby shows left this year. That ain't the business. Oh, you, and I didn't get into TwitchCon this year, but anyway, that said, we're probably gonna be streaming a lot y'all gonna be able to catch me a lot on here struggling, struggling to draw. You're booked out next month, AX Chibi in November. I'll see you at AX Chibi. Trying to make an art book for the end of the year. Damn, that's pretty good. Yeah, I've been playing around with a lot of other mediums this year. Um, but through doing that, I don't want to say neglected. It's not neglecting. I just like if I'm oil painting, I can't if I'm spending weeks oil painting, I can't fucking spend weeks doing this, ink work, you know what I mean? So it's just kind of like it was a weird um it was a weird thing that I had to like kind of let go of because I wow, my nose is runny. Um yeah, it's one of those weird things I had to really let go of earlier this year as I was playing around with new mediums. I had to admit I was just like, look, if I'm going to spend all this time working on new mediums, my comfort zone is going to suffer a little bit. Um so it kind of sucks going back to my comfort zone and I'm not as sharp as I was. Yeah. In regards to your art book, who are you printing through, if you don't mind me asking? You don't have to give the exact company, but I mean, like, are they U.S. based? Are you doing it through like an Alibaba company or a company on? Okay, that's the one that everyone. And I swear to God, I think I asked you that question, or I asked somebody else, and they gave me the exact same answer that you just gave me. They have a minimum amount of pages required to print a book, if I remember right. And I wanted to print something with them. I had an idea, and they're just like, "You need more than fucking 12 pages." And I was like, "Fine." Well, this has been an interesting stream. I don't have a stream schedule, by the way, because my schedule is so inconsistent. I'm not even gonna pretend. You know how before I'd be like, "Oh, 10 a.m." I'm not even gonna pretend like we have a stream schedule. You know why? But every time I try and do that, I ain't ever made partner. Okay, Th- y- y- oh, this that middle of the night frustrated Chris. So fucking. You guys remember I did that experiment on social media where I stopped posting and then I started posting a little bit and then I compared it to what my engagement was when I was posting every day regularly and there was no difference. I can't promise that I'm gonna have a stream schedule. I'm just gonna be streaming like every fucking free moment that I have, and you guys are gonna have to put up with it. Anyway, oh man, you have over 100 pieces. See, that's cool. I mean, like I could take like I have the Infinity sketchbook. I could turn that into a physical sketchbook. But I mean, dude, I am interested. When you get your sketchbook, are you gonna do like a Kickstarter for it? Because I don't buy a lot of other artists' work. I'm not gonna lie, like I just fucking don't. Because most of the time I don't give a shit. But I have some buddies who, when they would drop an art book, that is different. Like I don't know if you know Grim. He spells it with a one, but that's my boy. He released his first art book last year. Yeah, last year. And I picked one up from him at TwitchCon, and I had him sign. I was just like, "I'll buy it, but you have to sign across the whole fucking front." He was just like this. I'm like, "Nah, like this." Someone asked, "I don't get warm as fuck with that beanie in here." Nah, we um we have the AC blasting in here all the time. My wife, uh, without getting into too much detail, my wife is in a current recovery requires the home to be quite chilly, and by chilly, I mean 60 degrees all the time. You see me, I mean it's like I'd have a live stream in June, and I'd be in like a sweater and a beanie all the time, right? So it's like, and then I step outside, it could be like 80 degrees outside, and I'm just like, oh, it's so hot. It's crazy out here. It's like altered my genes to be in this 60-degree home nonstop. Anyway, wants to waste more paper. You'll design the whole book and then do pre-orders on the site. No Kickstarter or anything. Okay, well, I'll pick one up once you get that going. There's only a handful of people, and it usually has to be like a big project. Like I don't like to buy single prints from people. I'm like it has to be like my homie artist. It's like if somebody finishes like a big project, I'm behind that. But I ain't gonna sit there and buy like one print from someone because honestly, I don't give a fuck about that kind of stuff. Like, best recovery tour. Thank you, I appreciate that. If it makes you feel better, we've been working real hard on her recovery for like a while now, and she's doing a lot better. But there are certain things we just like don't have control over. So and uh, keeping the temperature low is one of those things. I've changed into like an ice type human. Like it's crazy. My tolerance to heat is crazy now. Like or my lack of tolerance to heat. Anyway, that's funny. Nobody's ever brought that up because, like, we. Anyway, uh, yeah, I have Grimm's book down here somewhere. He has a lot of not safe for work stuff in there, so I don't want to pull it. I don't want to bring it out. I got my bookshelf here with all my books. I just, I hurt my back. I don't want. I hurt my old ass back. I don't want to lean down. Yeah, Grimm's work. Yeah, he's cool. He's cool. I like him a lot. That's why I got his art book. Is being an artist still worth it with all this AI stuff going on? Yeah, it's any profession is only worth it like yeah, don't the existence of AI is it's just don't fucking worry about that. Like if you want to be an artist, you'll make it work because like AI is going to eventually potential to replace a lot of jobs. You're just going to say that no job is worth it because that thing exists? But if you want like practical response to that and not like, a generic answer, practical answer to that would be a traditional artist. There's always a market for people who want to buy traditional art, and um that's it. There's always going to be a market for people who buy traditional art, no matter what. There always has been. There always will be. Now, if you're a 100% digital artist, um, that'll still be fine too. You can make that work. But if you're so worried about AI, go full traditional. You do traditional work, you have a hard time parting away with your original work. Scan copies of it to sell. Yeah, I mean, that's gonna be a problem. You can't get clingy to your work, you know. But you know what? After a certain amount of years, a certain amount of drawings, you eventually like you just don't have the capacity to care that much about all of your work in regards to like wanting to hold on to them. Like if you're producing it, if you're drawing enough, then eventually you're just gonna be like, all right, whatever. Not in like a bad way, but like it's part of your job to let go of stuff. Yeah, I switched I do graphite commissions at conventions because graphite really fast. So that's why I do it at cons. It's just much faster. Yo, what's going on? I appreciate the sub. It's been a minute, and that's my fault. How goes it? It's all right. Having trouble drawing. One, I'm half tired. Also, I'm out of practice with this type of stuff. I've been working on other mediums the past basically all year. So, um just, the freestyle ink stuff, I'm really rusty and it's kind of agitating. But other than that, everything's going well. What about you? It is too, yes. Oh, I'm back. It's been a while. Yeah, I wanted to spend some time this year, pursuing different mediums because I've been doing this freestyle ink only brush pen Kim Jong Gi shit for so long, and I'm just like, I just, how else you gonna grow if you don't do anything different? Um, that said, I've been doing pretty well in my other mediums that I've been enjoying a lot. It's just coming back to this, I'm rusty as shit. 3D printing, redoing a house. Ever consider producing an erotic only sketchbook? Um, no, not an erotic sketchbook. I did have a side project that was focused on um I don't know if I'm allowed to say that word. The H word here on Twitch because fucking Twitch doesn't let you say goddamn thing. Um yeah, I had a side project with that, but it got kicked off of Patreon. It got banned from OF. It got everything got the Twitter got taken somehow the Twitter got taken down. I had a side project doing all that stuff, and like all the different socials got taken down, and I was like, this is some bullshit. So I just abandoned the project. I was just like, you guys remember that? Whoever was here for a minute, you guys remember that? What's some Filipino as auntie clothing you could think of? Well, to me, it's like when I think of it's because when I grew up in the 90s, all my aunts had shoulder pads on everything they wore. So to me, it's just like a sweater with shoulder pads to me when I think about my Filipino aunts. I don't actually know what they wear these days because that's just what I. Oh, we got a comment from Kick. Zide, thank you. Well, Exo says, when I try to think of current day Filipino clothing, you think I mean, look, just because Filip like Filipino Americans wear it doesn't mean it's like Filipino clothing. You know what I mean? Like, Filipino Filipino food's like some next level shit. Yeah, I've been confused with Mexican all the time. But also like where I live in California, everybody's Mexican. So you see a brown person and they're just like, you know, it's actually makes more sense to assume because you have like a higher if you're guessing, if you guess Mexican, that's like the smarter choice because the probability of you being right is really high because everyone hears Yeah, I will always remember this one interaction I had with like an older Mexican dude. And I was young too. I was young. And uh he started speaking to me in Spanish and I was just like, I don't speak Spanish. And he just got all up in my face, like, you forgot your heritage? I'm like, bitch. I didn't say that because I was young and I was scared. I was just like, I don't know Mexican. I'll always remember that interaction. Ooh, he was mad. Yeah. Hey man, all I gotta say is if I got a little racism in me, the good old fashioned racism, um, uh, he caused some of that. So I was a kid. How you gonna get up in a kid's face? How you gonna get up in a kid? How you gonna get into a kid's face and say something like that? But you know what it is? It's because like when I was like 12 years old, I was 13 years old. I was like 200 pounds. I I was like 5'10" in like eighth grade. I haven't gotten any taller since I was in like a freshman in high school. I've been this height since then, you know. So I think like out in the wild, out in the world, people thought I was a lot older than I was. So he probably just rolled up to me like, "Look at this grown ass man here. I'm gonna get in his face." I was a big I was a big boy in high school and middle school. But then yeah, no, I like as soon as I hit puberty, I like sprouted in height and like width and like my bones got really thick and I was just like, all right. And I swear to God, I've been this size since I was in like middle school. It's crazy. And then I never got any. I got fatter over the years, but I never got any like taller. Yeah, they always yeah. I mean, they always bugged me to like play football and shit. And it always annoyed me back in the day. But now that I'm an adult. I can totally see why they wanted. They're just like, yo, this kid is huge. You go to 5'7", you got stuck there. Yeah, right. Yeah, you just get to a certain height or you get to a certain size, and then you just kind of get stuck there. He's on that Tyson Fury shit. I have completely zoned out. I don't. Oh, all right. So we'll probably just call it. I am pretty tired. It's only 2:30 in the morning. No way the stream has only been an hour and a half long. That's crazy. I feel like we've been here a hella long. But I guess that's what happens when you struggle drawing. So thank you all for hanging out. I appreciate it. I don't have a stream schedule. I'm just gonna be on whenever I get free time. So if you do see me live, then stop by and say hi. I appreciate it, you know. So thank you all. I have a lot of subjects that I need to refresh on now that I'm free of conventions for a while and no more commissions and fan arts. It's time to, kind of get back on the ball and get good at drawing again. So I'll see you guys.